What's going on there, folks? Good afternoon, good early evening to those out there. It is the Earthmaster here with a quick update video on a pretty large earthquake out there around the Iran area. By the way, it is Wednesday, March 16, 2022, about 4:27 p.m. California time. Latest quake, as you can see on the globe there, is a 5.9 earthquake around the Iran region. Now, this earthquake right here came in originally as a 6.1 magnitude earthquake. Now, this is the EMSC model shown up here on the board. Let's go ahead and check out the details of this earthquake, which USGS slow to the game once again. Nothing showing up from them on the updated USGS map, as you can see right there. So this activity showing up on the EMSC model. We'll go ahead and pull these guys up here real quick, get a little bit more detail. Earthquake parameters on this one. Stand by for just a second here. In the purple circle right there, 5.9, occurring just about 13 minutes ago or so in the southern Iran region. Looks like the depth of this earthquake, see if we can get that pulled up here. What is the depth here? Not for sure the exact depth on it, and it's not letting me click on it. See if we'll, there we go. 10 kilometers, so it looks like defaulted depth here. Source parameters not yet reviewed by a seismologist. So, still waiting on that from the EMSC, but also the USGS here. And I'm sure they'll get to it eventually. One of these days, right? Either way, let's chat a little bit about earthquake activity. Of course, we've seen that westward push. We've had two, well, let's take, we had two 6-pointers, right? A 6.4 in the Philippines area couple days ago, and then a subsequent 6.7 just a couple minutes later, but a couple days ago, right, in this region of the Java Trench. Today, of course, we kind of ran up to a whole bunch of resistance here. We didn't see any further pressure here to the west where we generally expect to see the plate movement, general pressure areas up here to the north. We kind of get that westward flow here from this region, kind of hugs up against this area, travels through the Middle East and over to the Mediterranean Sea. We didn't see that. We were looking at a major push of swarming activity here along the west coast and Yellowstone activity. And the tremor, it all pretty much came to a complete stop over here along the west coast. And then we've seen this 7.3 strike up this morning in the area just off the coast of Japan. On the aspect of it relieving a lot of stress, a 7.3. This is about the only 7-pointer since March of last year. We'll cover this a little bit later. So there's been a little bit of built up time in this area. We've talked about the potential for a larger quake in this area over the past couple months, just due to the fact we haven't seen anything above 7.0 within the last year. From this area, roughly about the Japan Trench up here to the Kuril-Kamchatka Trench, this area been absent of 7.0 earthquake activity. And it finally hit this morning within our watch area. And 7.3, it's a pretty good sized earthquake for an area that sees 70 mm accumulated stress rate per year. And it's definitely down in there into the subduction zone at about 63 kilometers within the vicinity of where that 9.1 struck here in 2011. So it doesn't take a whole lot of time for earthquake activity, accumulated stress buildup in this type of subduction zone. So it's definitely I can't say overdue, but we were watching it. We were definitely watching it. So now we got all this westward push to the west here, westward movement. The Pacific plate is huge, folks. So you got to remember all the plate dynamics here through the region. We were kind of possibly watching for some further movement here through China. It never did happen. But now we supposedly got a 5.9, 6.0 earthquake coming into the Iran area. That would just further back up the westward push that we've been looking at. These areas here, I'm sure, are, of course, we already had that 6.7 here in the northern Java Trench region, but definitely that westward movement. I'm not going to draw arrows here on the map, but we always see this little trail of movement up through this region. If it doesn't strike here within this area, that's just due to the fact that it's just not ready to, not enough built-up stress in this region. But areas to the west here where we've seen the Iran quake here show up. I'm wondering if these guys are just sitting around drinking coffee or what's going on. I mean, it's slow, guys. USGS, come on. Supposed to, aren't you guys backed up by taxpayer money? What's going on here? What is going on? Now, let's check this out again. EMSC, we're going to double check, make sure these this 5.9 is sticking, as far as it not being any type of fake earthquake or phantom earthquake. But we did get a report that earthquake was felt in southern Iran. 5.9 still standing. So we'll just go with that for now. The EMSC 5.9, it may get upgraded, it may get downgraded. I think the USGS is hacking into me now because I can't access their site. There we go. No, I better not say that. I don't know if they are or not. You never know. You know, there's some strange stuff going on here in the world. But we'll wait. We'll cover that earthquake a little bit later tonight. But for now, 5.9 earthquake in Iran. And I want to show you guys the Yellowstone overview once again from that 7.3 in Japan earlier. Pretty significant movement. Definitely showed up all over the park here in Yellowstone, Wyoming. And I don't see any signature from that 6-pointer yet in terms of the Iran quake. But we'll see, right? We'll cover it a little bit later on this evening. We'll call it a 5.9 for now. We'll chat you guys a little bit later on this evening for the update video, folks. Peace out.